Putin in general, of course, once again, fooled everyone because some exceptional, sophisticated nastiness was expected from him. And his proposal for an Easter truce smelled, well, at the very least, like a tactical nuclear strike. When he started talking about a truce, well, first of all, it is an absolute axiom that no, Putin, in principle, is not capable of telling the truth. And he shouldn't be blamed for that. He doesn't have the physiological ability to do so. The passage of any truth through his speech apparatus would cause the Kremlin ghoul very severe, well, first of all, immune reactions, pharyngeal bleeding, oncology, the palate, and the throat. He is simply not adapted to utter any kind of truth. At least throughout all the years of his rule, there hasn't been a single instance recorded where what he said wasn't an outright lie. And the readiness for a truce that he announced meant to everyone that he had planned some kind of exceptionally vile act. Of course, all perceptive people in Russia, the West, and Ukraine mocked this truce the moment it was announced. A US congressman, yes, splendidly characterized the fact that the war criminal Putin reminds us of his complete and absolute impunity and contempt for human life by announcing a fake Easter truce. Nevertheless, there were hopes. The hopes were quite high. Everyone was on edge. Nevertheless, all this, well, let's say truce-related, yes, the commotion had an extremely modest result, but yes, endless raids. And only near Toretsk, those new recruits of the armed forces of Ukraine who believed in this truce. At face value, the orcs ambushed and unfortunately shot them. I don't know the exact number. Various figures are mentioned, from 7 to 14 people. This is the only consequence, so to speak, a joyful consequence for Putin. Everything else turned out to be a flop. Moreover, Trump remained silent. Putin was really hoping that he would immediately rush to pat him on the head, or at least on the head. But Trump, Daria remained philosophically silent, because even he, despite his loudness, despite his great naivety, in general, already understood Putin's worth. Everyone else understood as well. There were several events that might have slipped past you or you didn't pay attention to, but after the sentence of Kozyreva, Daria, who received years in a colony for a poem by Taras Shevchenko, attached to the monument of Taras Shevchenko himself, after the suggestion to thank Hamas in general, all attentive observers have no doubt that Putin is genuinely ill, not figuratively. And the fact is that all sentences in political cases, Dame, are coordinated. And essentially, this sentence is handed down by Putin himself after reviewing a brief summary of the case, about 5,100 words at most. He makes the decision and sends the sentence he has determined to the court. And having confirmed that, of course, the guy is in a severe, very serious condition and is clearly deteriorating. Now, Germany has already moved the date of the start of the Great World War between Europe and Russia from 1929 to 1927. And this most likely has grounds.